This is Joshyblogz doing more of this thing. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let's get going. Should ask him why I didn't become a police officer. That's mighty third.
그러니까
그랬었는데.
You said you felt nervous when you arrived there.
맞았어.
It's true. Why do you think I waited there?
혹시
Was there anything else? Not really. Let's just say they all belong to the same category. It's hard to explain. Alright. Just set up for a normal conversation. I won't be biased. Not good to hide anything. She didn't like to explain why she didn't call your son.
알잖아.
This is for having a conversation. I won't be partial in my judgment. What, are you a judge now? Yeah, let out a sigh. I didn't want to leave any records. Records?
예를 들어
Messenger, call records? I didn't want to leave any tracks.
그게
That sounds really suspicious. What does that even mean? You heard me. I think I made the right decision. If I left behind any kind of trace, Anna grabbed her arm with her hand,
아니야?
I would have been the last person to call him.
그랬지.
I would have been pushed deeper into the corner. I couldn't tolerate that. They can portray me as snobby or rude all they want. I just don't want to be treated as a criminal. Anna didn't want to contact Ye-sung while waiting by the door because she didn't want her interaction with Ye-sung to be recorded. It's just a lot. Trigger. Anna left by herself after seeing the last comment Ye-sung posted on Fader. What's wrong with that?
왜 그래?
What's wrong with me going there to see him after seeing the Fader post?
있잖아.
Ye-sung's last post said, eliminate me if you can. Okay, what do you think that meant? He was planning on creating chaos with his announcement. Do-yoon tilted his head and Anna let out a loud sigh. Oh right, did he post that after Ye-sung? After, what's his name left? What's his name? Did he post that after, Yu-hyuk left? And that's how we know Yu-hyuk couldn't have killed him? Do-yoon tilted his head and let out a loud sigh. Hey, consider the context. He's been blabbing on about forcing us out or using a weapon, but now he's asking us to bring it on. What am I supposed to make of that? He's waging a war against not only us and Young, but also all of us. I can agree with that. Yes, let's be nice and get more
그럴지도.
positive rapport. That kind of makes sense if I'm to consider the context. Kind of makes sense. Make up your mind. I can tell by the look on your face that you don't know anything. Everyone feels pressured by different things. Anyone can be a coward depending on the situation or topic.
어쨌든
Anyhow, that was a trigger for me. Anna showed the palm of her hand. That's all you need to know. I hope so. Ambiguous target. The last Fader post by Ye-sung, which provoked Inha to come to the dressing room, was actually very unclear in its meaning. Oh my god. I'm finally done. Maybe I should just do the last 3 conversations. It's not that hard at this point. It's just 3. Well, let's see how many are left with Sale when we're done with him. I gave it a second thought, but still. Sale said he went to the dressing room directly and waited in the empty room for a while. Could he have done anything strange before he met Inha in the corridor? Like committed murder? It wasn't a soul. On your way to the dressing room, not even when you were inside? Not a soul. Like I said, I went straight to the dressing room from the stage. And I waited there only for a brief moment. I met Inha when I came out, and we came back. It was only 10 minutes at most. And the door wasn't closed when I was in the dressing room. I guess the only gap would be when Inha and I missed each other. Any further questions? About the moment of his meeting with Inha. Do you see her coming out of the staff corridor? Yeah, that's a good question. Do you see Inha appearing from the staff corridor? Yes, I met her on the way to the stage after leaving the dressing room. She came from the door by the staff corridor. Okay. Of course it wasn't from the restroom. Yeah, he didn't like that. Sale stared at Do-yoon. Is this what you wanted to hear? It was impossible for Inha, I'm sure of it. After all, my account is the same as before. Reiterated position. Okay. This guy is such a brat. I hate Sale. As you all know already, time slot marching, Inha, who refused the accompaniment and left, and Sale, who followed her shortly after the tremor, were the ones who were able to commit this crime during that period. I was just following Inha. She went to see Hae-sung all by herself, and I was worried about her. Even if she insisted on going alone, I couldn't let her take all the risk. But you've been saying that Hae-sung was only bluffing. Still, she could have felt nervous. Afraid that Inha might be affected by Hae-sung's threat. They could have done it together. Like if he found her in the bathroom having killed him, he probably would help her move the body and then cover up for her. He was worried about Inha because he was worried what Hae-sung would say. Were you worried that Inha might quit the audition because of Hae-sung's threats? Oh. Inha would never give in to his empty threats. Sale took a step back while staring at Do-yoon. She's different from you guys, you know that. You and Yu-hyuk went there to persuade Hae-sung in a peaceful manner. And even if something went wrong, you would have been able to suppress Hae-sung physically. But Inha and Ju-young are not like you. Of course I was worried about their safety. Plus, when Inha went to see Hae-sung, she was agitated. I could also feel her anxiety. Inha went to the dressing room looking anxious, and Sale also felt a sense of anxiety. Oh my god. Nemesis. To be honest, production staff member, he openly showed hostility to Hae-sung. Everyone knew they were on bad terms with each other. Did he even get along with anyone? He hated everyone except you. Sale lowered his voice. After he made it this far, thanks to his pretty face, right? All of the staff members were getting sick of him making rude remarks. His dance and vocal skills were pathetic. If it weren't for editing, he would have been dropped already. It's mostly his fault that the show is getting blamed for fabricating things. Even Sung-young lost her cool and covered for him. Tell me if there's anything I said that's wrong. It was a matter of favoritism. You think that Sung-young's favor was the problem? Of course. You might be a victim of that as well. A free ride damages everyone. It's true that the fans of Fader determined the ratings, but the right thing is for the contestants with greater talents to make it to the next round, right? If Hae-sung makes it to the next round, one of the contestants will get eliminated. Inha almost got eliminated because of him. It was B-Stars that allowed it to happen. Sale stared at Doyoon. That doesn't mean he should exploit that niche. In a way, he's a fraud. Fraud. Speaking of the dead man. Yes, a fraud. His talent has been overestimated and he's getting more rewards than he's worth. Sung Young was supposed to push him out, but she protected and supported him instead. And in the end, they both dug their own graves. Sale claimed that Hye Sung wasn't talented, but he had achieved more than he deserved. Sale also complained that Sung Young was very subjective regarding that matter. Alright, and I'm creating new conversational topics that I can talk about with this one, right? Now it's like, instead of 3, there's like 4. Right, yeah. Oh snap. And there's more to talk to her about. Let's save that for later though. I'm stopping here. I'm exhausted. Alright. We save this one on the first slot, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm fucking dead. Yeah, so folks, see you next time. Next time we'll talk to Sale a little more about the proposal of return. Can't stay quiet. So I told you to go back to the stage. I just had a bad feeling about the whole thing. Sure you did. Sale, sure you did. You said Hye Sung was in the dressing room? He sure was. But he was nowhere to be found. He was in the bathroom, dude. He was dead in the bathroom.